going? And welcome to What the Fuck Am I Reading? So, since we last spoke last week, I finished a total of 5 books, I think. Well, technically 3 are novellas, but we're not going to talk about that. So the first book that I finished was Night of the Mannequins, which is by the same author as My Heart is a Chainsaw. I've been really drawn to his books lately, so I decided to basically read this. It's a horror novel about... We're basically following this group of friends, and they get like this kind of mannequin companion. And one day, the family of one of them gets murdered, and they start thinking that maybe the mannequin is going after them. It's just weird. Yes, if you have read this, you know there's a problem with the synopsis that I just said. I know, but I don't want to spoil it for the rest. Because this was actually great. I love the twist towards the middle of the book. It was fucking amazing. His books are always like so twisted. I just really like them. I'm going to search for the other books by the same author and just read a bunch of them, because also My Heart is a Chainsaw is becoming a trilogy, which is fucking great. I don't know if I said that the last time that I talked about this book. I think not, but it's becoming a trilogy, which has me so excited. But yeah, this one I basically gave 4 stars. It was super creepy. There's something about the way this guy tells stories that is just so weird. And it made me like put myself into the mind of the main character, and I was just like, holy shit. This is so peculiar and weird. But yeah, I read this one in a day. Basically, I was waiting for my grandma at the hospital, and I binge read this, and it was great. I recommend the audiobook, by the way. But yeah, 4 stars. This seems to be one of the right authors for me, like for reading horror. So I need to check the other books by him. Then I read the weirdest book that I've read this year. And this year I've also read, I'm thinking about new things. So I basically read Things Have Gotten Worse Since We Last Spoke. The cover is on another level, I know, but holy shit. This book was fucking weird. Like, we're basically going to follow these 2 girls, and they get in touch basically on a forum because one of them is selling this family relic, and the other one decides to help her financially, and they end up in a relationship. And in the first like 50% of this book, you're going to be thinking like, oh, this is a contemporary book. This is not horror. Oh, you're so wrong. It's been such a long time since a book made me uncomfortable. And so fucking uncomfortable, honestly. Like, there's a scene here involving eating raw meat that, holy fuck. Like, I don't even know if I would recommend this book. It's just... Whew. My stomach was suffering a bit while I was reading this, if I'm completely honest. So, yikes. But, oh man, this book. It's very short, so I won't spoil too much of it. But damn, if you have read it, please let me know. I really want to talk about this book. It was so fucking disgusting, but so fucking terrifying at the same time. It had like so many things in there. I gave it 4 stars. It was pretty difficult to rate because like I didn't actually enjoy it because it was disgusting sometimes. So, but it was so lyrical. It's also in this weird mixed media. It's told between emails and direct messaging, like Messenger, basically in the 2000s. So that was a nice touch, but it was so lyrical and so well written. But at the same time, holy fuck, so disgusting. I cannot say anything else. Just read it for yourself. But don't blame me if you get like a really bad stomach ache. It's not my fault. So the next one that I finished was The Maleficent Seven by Cameron Johnson. I love this. This was so good. It's not like a perfect 5-star book read, but it was so damn enjoyable. Holy shit. Basically, we're going to follow this commander, and in the prologue, we discovered that she basically abandoned her captains when she was about to win the war. But now, 40 years later, she is back, and she's basically recruiting them all again to fight one last battle to defeat the Empire. And holy shit, we have a necromancer, a vampire, we have an orc. It was so good. We have mad sciences, we have demonologists. It was amazing, like so many tropes that I love wearing here. The old crown. Holy shit, it was amazing. I loved it. If you're looking for like a super enjoyable, fun read, you're going to really love this. Like straightforward fantasy is basically about a siege and recurring disguise. It's mostly character driven, but the characters were so interesting and so good. I was trying to follow every single one of them. We have also Pirate Queen. The ending had my heart breaking a little bit, and I was hoping this was a series, but I think it's a standalone. And now I'm so sad about it because I really want more. I want so much more. I was so relieved with epilogue 2. Like, oh my god, thank you. But yeah, please, I want more. Give me more. I want part 2. I don't care if it's a direct sequel. I just give me part 2, please. I gave this one 4.5 stars. It was amazing. Not dark fantasy, but definitely a little bit more in the darker side than your usual epic fantasy. It's going to stay in my favorite books probably for a long time. It was so damn enjoyable. I'm actually just thinking about rereading it already, which really makes no sense because I don't usually reread books, but this was so good. I enjoyed the hell out of it. One of my favorite books of this year for sure. But yeah, it was great. It was great. I just want a little bit more. Lorimer was such a good character, and Black Heron and Maeve. I need more. I need more. I even remember the name of the characters, and that's saying so much for me. So the next book that I read was The Seep, which is a really weird book, and it's going to be featured in one of my book recommendations video about weird books. Because holy shit. This is basically about a alien invasion, and it's a very soft alien invasion. Like the aliens were super nice, gave humanity like a super advanced technology and such, which is cool, you know. And also immortality is just weird. Our main character starts to struggle with her crafts because she used to be an artist, but now artistry doesn't mean a shit to her. And now that everyone's going to not die, she feels like there's no stakes in living. It's very philosophical. If you like something like Skyward Inn, you're probably going to really like this, or Blindside. Also like Jeff Vandermeer, something like Born. You're probably going to really enjoy this one too. But overall, it was fucking weird. But I really liked it. So yeah, I ended up giving this one 4 stars. It's been an amazing reading week for me. I don't want to talk too much about it because it's very short. It's actually a novella, I believe, but it's really in the short side. I don't think it has like more than 200 pages. So check it out if you just like a more contemporary type of science fiction. And the last book that I finished this week, I finished it yesterday, was Iron Widow by Siran J. Zhao. I really like this actually. This is basically The Handmaid's Tale meets Pacific Rim, and I strongly agree with it. Actually, it's one of the most perfectly accurate taglines that I've ever seen in a book. Basically, we're going to follow Setian, and her sister died piloting at this kind of mecha. Let's call it that. It's a chrysalid, but let's call it mecha so you can understand. Because basically you have a female and a male pilot, and the male pilot, when it's necessary, drains the chi from the female pilot, and they are basically sacrificed so they can prosper, you know. So she has basically sworn revenge upon this guy, and she signs to be one of the co-pilots. It's great actually. I just really enjoyed it. I don't know why, but I was feeling like I was going to really like this, and I'm so happy that I did, because this is one of those main characters that is just so mentally unstable that is really a win or terrible for you to follow. Like, I really liked it. It reminded me a bit of Talien from The Wolf of Oranjaro, though she is better. Like, she is so badass and she's so deranged. Like, holy fuck. But yeah, overall I really liked it. I did find like some issues with pacing, it does feel like a debut novel. Like, some things could be polished, but overall it was fantastic and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Honestly, I do want this to be translated so I can actually give this book to some of my friends because I think they would love it. So I hope so. But yeah, I give this one 4.5 also. It was super, super fun. Love the story. There's nothing like that bothered me. It's just like, there were some issues there, here and there. Too fast sometimes, and some things didn't make like that much sense to me. But I enjoyed the hell out of it, so I gave it 4.5 stars. But yeah, if you're looking for a super fast, enjoyable read, highly recommend Iron Widow. It touches on so many subjects about women that I thoroughly enjoy, and I thought it was such a great touch, honestly. But yeah, highly recommend this one. So yeah, those were basically all the books that I read this week. I'm currently reading The Penultimate Truth by Philip K. Dick, and physically I'm just reading the SPSFC. Holy shit, I struggle so much every single time. So I'm just reading that physically. I'm not reading anything else, so my reading might slow down a little bit. I'm just going to try and read through audiobooks. But yeah, what have you read this week? Have you finished anything? If so, let me know down in the comments below. But as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye.